Okay, so when you're ready to start your final drawing, make sure you're keeping the figure proportions in mind that we practiced already. You'll want to find an image to use as a reference. It could be a photograph you find online. It could be a silhouette drawing. I'm using How to Draw Running Pose as my image reference. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to draw big. You don't want to have your person teeny tiny or it won't fill up your background space in your artwork. I like to start with the head of my figure because it helps me to figure out the measurements and proportions as I go. I like to show where the spine is at to kind of help, and then show where the neck and the shoulders would be at. Remember, this should be about 1.5 heads wide or 3 heads wide. Then remember, sometimes it helps to kind of mark where your different joints would be. So this arm I'm going to have coming down, and then I'm going to have it come back up, and then we'd have our wrist and our elbow here, and then here this one's actually going to come up and back before it meets the elbow, and then it'll come back down to the wrist area, and then we'll have kind of a fist here and a fist here, and then here I would have kind of the arm coming into the body, the back of the figure, and the figure is going to be kind of twisting in motion, so we see the shoulder coming up here. It depends on how muscular. If you want this to be a male figure, you'd have wider shoulders, broader shoulders, wider arms. If you want it to be more of a female figure, you'd want to make it more narrower proportions as you're going. So then from here, this would be kind of where you'd have the hips and the waist twisting, and then we'd have the leg coming down and back to the knee. Have the leg, might be slightly angled. And then the other leg is actually going to come out from behind this leg. So as you're drawing your poses, you might look and see if there's any overlap, and I can kind of compare lengths here to see if I'm having it go far enough. Now this one's back, so it's not going to be quite as far. And then I need to make sure I have my knee there. And then I can have another, I can kind of compare my sizes. Make sure that one's long enough. Remember, the top of our calf is a little bit wider than when you get down toward the ankle. And then you'd have the foot coming down as well below there. Once you have the rough outline of your figure, that's when you want to start refining. Look the way that you want to. I can take and erase the arm right here. So my lines are nice and light, and then I can go back over it, taking the time to clean up. And looking at the two arms, I can see I have this one a little high. And then once you have your silhouette of your figure, then you want to think about, are there any other details that you need to include? So maybe this person here is in a track relay. So they have a baton that they're passing between the team members. I could even give the person, a lot of times there's a jersey, track shorts. Add the shoes with the running spikes. If they're a sprinter, I'd have some track shoes. When I do my final, maybe I'd also want to show the lane the track lane. Or once you finish with your person, are there any details that your figure needs? Any additional things to help tell the story of what your figure in motion is doing?